In a quiet, picturesque village nestled between rolling hills, there lived a donkey named Benji. Benji was a proud and lively creature, known for his playful antics and charming demeanor. He belonged to an elderly woman named Grandma Clara, whose gentle hands had nurtured him from the day he was born. Clara's farm was small but vibrant, brimming with blooming flowers, fresh vegetables, and the soft melodies of birds singing in the trees. Every evening, Clara would sit on her wooden rocking chair under a sprawling oak tree, humming lullabies to Benji as he nestled beside her. She spoiled him with fresh carrots, warm hay, and the kind of love that only a mother could offer. For Benji, life was idyllic. But as seasons passed, the same routines began to feel stifling. Watching wild horses gallop freely along the horizon, Benji's heart yearned for adventure. There must be more to life than this tiny farm, he thought. Out there, I'll find freedom and excitement. One crisp autumn morning, as the dew still clung to the grass, Benji made a bold decision. He glanced back at the farm one last time, his heart heavy but his mind set. Without a word to Clara, he trotted off toward the unknown, his hooves eager to explore paths untrodden. Benji's journey led him to a bustling, unfamiliar farm. This farm was nothing like Clara's. It was sprawling and chaotic, with animals of all kinds bustling about under the stern watch of a grizzled farmer. The farmer's commands echoed harshly, and his whip cracked in the air, driving the animals to toil endlessly, eager to fit in. Benji approached the feeding trough where a group of donkeys was gathered. "May I join you?" he asked, his tone cheerful. Benji's journey led him to a bustling, unfamiliar farm. This farm was nothing like Clara's. It was sprawling and chaotic, with animals of all kinds bustling about under the stern watch of a grizzled farmer. The farmer's commands echoed harshly, and his whip cracked in the air, driving the animals to toil endlessly, eager to fit in. Benji approached the feeding trough where a group of donkeys was gathered. "May I join you?" he asked, his tone cheerful. The other donkeys, hardened by years of labor, eyed him coldly. "Get lost, newcomer," one of them brayed, shoving him aside, confused and hurt. Benji realized that this new world was not as welcoming as he had imagined. To earn his place, he was forced to work tirelessly. Day after day, he carried heavy sacks of grain, plowed stubborn fields, and hauled barrels of water under the scorching sun. By night, he collapsed in a corner of the barn, his body aching and his spirit broken. He longed for Clara's soft voice and the warmth of her hand stroking his mane. The thought of her singing under the oak tree brought tears to his eyes. Yet, his pride kept him from returning. "I chose this path," he told himself. "I must see it through." Months turned into a year. The once vibrant Benji was now gaunt and weary. One evening, as he lay on the cold, hard ground, the farmer stormed in, furious about a task left unfinished. Without warning, the farmer struck Benji with his whip. The pain was sharp, but what hurt more was the flood of memories. It unleashed memories of Clara's unwavering kindness, her endless patience, and the love she gave so freely. "I was a fool to leave her," Benji whispered into the darkness. "What have I done?" The next morning, before the first rays of sunlight pierced the sky, Benji mustered every ounce of strength he had left and fled the farm. His legs were weak and his path uncertain, but his heart was resolute. He was going home. The journey back was long and grueling. Benji traversed forests, crossed rivers, and climbed steep hills. Along the way, he encountered kindness from strangers, an old shepherd who shared his bread, a group of sparrows who guided him through a dense wood, and a gentle stream that offered him respite from his exhaustion. Each step brought him closer to the place he had once taken for granted. But as he neared Clara's farm, an unsettling silence greeted him. The fields were overgrown, the barn doors hung ajar, and the house stood eerily still. "Clara," Benji called, his voice trembling. There was no response. He searched every corner of the farm, but Clara was nowhere to be found. In the garden, he noticed a small wooden cross surrounded by wildflowers. Carved into the wood were the words, "Here lies Clara, who loved unconditionally." Benji's legs buckled beneath him, and he collapsed by the grave. "Forgive me," he sobbed, his tears soaking the earth. "I let my pride blind me to the treasure I had. I'm so sorry, Clara." For days, Benji lingered at the farm, hoping to feel Clara's presence. On a chilly evening, as he lay by the oak tree, a gentle breeze rustled its leaves. He felt a warmth envelop him, as if Clara's spirit was cradling him once more. Though he could never undo the past, Benji vowed to honor Clara's memory. He tended the farm, nurturing the land she had loved so dearly. Over time, the garden flourished again, and the birds returned, filling the air with their songs. Through his sorrow, Benji learned the true meaning of home. It wasn't just a place, but the love and care that made it sacred. And so, under the shade of the old oak tree, Benji found peace not in freedom, but in the bonds of love that had never truly been broken. Moral of the story: cherish the ones who love you unconditionally, for they are the true treasures of life. Pride may lead you astray, but love will always guide you back.